What's up world, Drew Marcy here for I Read Your Book, and in this video we're going to describe 3 books that will question what I like to call the utopian middle class. These are 3 books that question what you might call the California bubble of Silicon Valley, the San Francisco Bay Area at large, and the intellectual middle class of places like Los Angeles where I currently live. Now this class exists in many other hubs that I have visited: New York City, Berlin, London, and as a member of this class myself, I went to the City College of San Francisco and graduated from UCLA. I think that you will find many parallels to whatever city you're in watching this, and whether or not it's somebody in your social circle or somebody that you met at a dinner party or a bar, you kind of know these type of people. So without further ado, let's get into 3 books that will question the utopian middle class. Now, a little background about why I'm interested in this subject. When I moved to San Francisco in 2011, I was inserted into a culture of people that were well-intentioned, had good goals to change the world, wanted to help people, but also I felt like tacitly wanted all the niceties of hyper-capitalism that comes from the rising income inequality of places like San Francisco or Los Angeles. So while we'd have a conversation about how to give back and what we could do on the weekend to be philanthropic, we'd be doing this while walking over tons of homeless people or ignoring that there are a lot of people that look like me who have been priced out of San Francisco. So it was something I began to feel uncomfortable with. I do still love the San Francisco Bay Area. I tend politically to lean probably closer to what mostly they feel, but I do think it's important to question these things and get a little bit more educated and understand the implications of always saying, you know, I want to change the world, believing in your heart that you're really just out here to help people, but implicitly accepting all of the gifts that come from hypercapitalism embodied by Amazon, Facebook, etc. Now, the first book is Bad Blood by John Carreyrou. We do have a more full review of this book and its themes on the channel, so be sure to subscribe with notifications. We're going to start layering the content that we're talking about. But this book is about Elizabeth Holmes, the founder of Theranos, a company from Silicon Valley that was supposed to change the world by changing blood draws, you know, with the big needles, blood draws into something that is taken just with the prick of a finger, something that you could use in Afghanistan to get real-time results to help soldiers, something that could detect cancer more quickly. It was supposed to change the world and she meant it as such, but she also wanted to be a billionaire and it was really important that she makes a bunch of money. Turns out that the company is full of frauds. All of the things that they're saying are going to change the world don't really work, and pretty much people are just letting her run rampant with this huge fraud and make tons of money from investors because they want to be on the right side of history and they think they're about to change the world. The road to hell is paved with bad intentions, and we know this, but there are tons of really good books that show this in real life action, covered by experts like John Carreyrou of the Wall Street Journal. Book number 2 is something that I'm reading currently. It's called Winners Take All by Anand Giridharadas. Hopefully I said that right. This is a book I started reading because of the Notre Dame controversy that's going on at the taping of this video. A bunch of really big, rich French companies, LVMH, you know, Louis Vuitton, etc., paid all this money, and people are angry because they feel like those companies should be giving it back to the poor. I came into this book kind of wanting to learn more about how the elites fake us into believe that they're helping, but they're really just lining their pockets, and that is a big part of the book. But it also deals with the culture that comes from somewhere like Silicon Valley, somewhere like the LA entertainment industry, where we believe because we have this initiative or we have this side foundation that we're really helping people, but it's just another way to justify the hyper-capitalism. And even if these foundations and initiatives really help people, like the Bill Clinton Foundation and places like that he mentions, even if they really help people, if they continue the same free market system, if they're just trying to use the system to fix the system, there's a lot of dangers. That is one of the main theses of the first half of the book as I keep reading it, not knowing whether I'm going to agree with everything I see on there, but this just gives you a feel of what that book's about. Last book is Conspiracy by Ryan Holiday. This is the story of Peter Thiel, Gawker Media, and none other than Hulk Hogan. Now, while less of a prescriptive blow-by-blow book, this is more of a crime thriller novel, true crime, true white-collar crime type book. Peter Thiel is one of the most important and well-known people in Silicon Valley history. He's one of the co-founders of PayPal. He is one of the first investors in Facebook, to the point that he has a character in the movie Social Network. And interestingly, he's a gay Republican, kind of a unicorn in the Silicon Valley area that's mostly left-leaning, much like Gawker, the media company that he sought out to destroy and eventually did with the help of none other than Hulk Hogan. Like, I'm telling you, this story is crazy. It's all based on facts. And while, again, it's not a book that's really going to make you think about the implications of capitalism versus helping the poor or whatever, it's just a really interesting, fun book and something that you can go through really quickly. Ryan Holiday is a pretty celebrity young author. Go check out all of his work. So that is 3 books that question the utopian middle class. I leaned a little bit heavy on Silicon Valley in this. I also think a lot of these implications deal with LA, where I'm living, you know, my adult hometown. Like, I'm not saying we're above it, but just this subject, because we kind of know Silicon Valley as the hyper capitalist making all the money, and then San Francisco as the left-leaning give back community that it is. It's just an easy way to kind of couch this discussion. Now, I always like to end these with a question. I'd like to know, what are some books that introduced you to California culture? What's going on out here? What do you know about it? Let's have a conversation, because I don't know. I'm in the bubble. I want to know what's interesting to you guys about it. And as always, be sure to subscribe with notifications so you see more of these videos. I've been your host, Drew Morrissey, for I Read Your Book, and I'll see you on the next one.